Did you know that in Vatican City there is officially no defined age after which you can gamble? Probably because there are not many gambling facilities there, but in most countries in the world, the law forbids you from gambling if you are under the age of 18. And that's because the law is written by a bunch of old dudes that are jealous of you making big and hitting the jackpot. Your parents? Haters. Your therapist? A hater. Your credit card company declining you? The biggest hater. If you disagree with that, I need to tell you to hate the game, not the player. The game being Honkai Star Rail in that case. Today, we will analyze how you can use Gacha Games to win in life. But before that, what even are Gacha Games? If you've been living under a rock, which I guess we all do since the moon is kind of a big rock, you might have missed the rise of popularity of those games. A gacha game is what you get when you give the slot machines suggestive clothing and the ability to call you Onichan. They often come in the form of mobile games, typically because the developers want you to spend the $500 in their game and not on a console. They are dominating the app stores because unlike Tinder, there will be a girl eventually giving you attention. Although I cannot promise that she won't be related to you. I can also not promise that she isn't straight up a horse. The most prominent feature, however, is that instead of unlocking the characters through playing the game, like every normal person would, you use in-game resources that only give you a chance of obtaining them. And that's because the only impact the people behind Genshin care about is the one on their bank account. Sounds fun, right? But what if I told you that even you can benefit from indulging in those games? So let's use my scientific expertise So let's find out why you should get started. Okay, so the first thing we need to clear up is, do you have expendable money? Yes? That's great, because this is going to make everything coming up slightly less painful. Remember the phrase, if you buy cheap, you'll buy twice? Now, that does not really apply here, since gacha games are neither cheap, nor will you buy anything less than 2 times. But to reap the full benefits, you will have to splash some here and there. Or no, rent eats 50% of my income and X are $10, in which case we still continue because we need to get you out of the situation. I know, the job market is not looking good right now, and that's because companies are offering competitive salaries, which means that your salary is competing against the cost of living. But remember that there are gacha games that literally allow you to go into debt, or as I call it, investment in yourself. Next, do you want to improve your work ethic? When you start a gacha game, you will realize that in the beginning, the developers bombard you with resources. And the reason for that is very simple. It's not because they are trying to be nice to you, but to give you a sweet taste of their dopamine, so you come back day after day. They will use every trick in the book to get as much of your attention span as possible, which is probably fried from scrolling TikTok all day. Eventually, however, you will realize that in order to progress the game, you will need to do daily missions, do raids, and all sorts of other grinds. And what could improve your work ethic more than literally having a second job? Yes, I know, there are games nowadays that make grinding easier for you, either by automatically farming the resources for you, or by having no content in the first place. And in some cases, by having literally no gameplay either. However, I strongly advise against playing those, since that's like training for a marathon using the Toyota you bought from your local Facebook marketplace. Also, if you're just here to see someone play the game for you, just cut the chase and go to Twitch or something. If you do not want to have a better work ethic, that's probably because you are satisfied with your current life. Which is kind of cringe if you ask me, so we continue anyway. Number 3, do you get angry easily? For this I will quote somebody, because this has been said by everyone and their mother at some point in history, but no pain, no gain. The fastest way to grow as a person is to like this video and subscribe for more content like this, but besides that, is to watch your best friend get the new unit on its first pull while you are closing out to maxing the pity rewards, which means the developers are literally feeling sorry for your misery. What I want to tell you with that is that you need strong resilience and the ability to keep going to get the most out of gambling. Please don't clip this. Eventually, you will lose your social circle because everyone around you seems to be always luckier than you while spending less, which gives you even more time to play those games, which gives you less time for your friends. And this is how you achieve infinite energy before humanity. And while yes, you are part of humanity, you will lose that part of you the more pulls you do in those games. Number 4. Do you want to be perceived as desirable? Maxing out characters in a gacha game signals that you can provide for yourself and others. In that case, the family of the developers. It also shows your peers that you have good time management skills and that you have no problem spending money on a woman or a man. Yes, your Tinder date might think that spending money on a PNG is a red flag, but that's better than holding up the white flag, showing her that you are not a quitter. So if you can answer this question with yes, then it's time to hop on the train of success and become a better person. Regarding which game you should start with, that's actually very easy. Just think of your favorite anime franchise and it will probably have a gacha game. And then forget the idea again, because it will most likely only be available in Japanese, so just go and download your favorite Breath of the Wild clone. There you have it, guys. Let me know in the comments what's your favorite gacha game, and I will see you next time. Still gotta do my dailies.